Hello, hello. Welcome. So we're here for another social Saturday, hoping to have a little chat with those of you out there who love paper crafts. So what I'm going to be doing today is sharing craftical tips that inspire you to make pretty things. And today the whole focus is on getting to know your greens. Stampin' Up! Has tons of greens out there, and I'm hoping to kind of share them all with you along with some other cute projects that you might be able to implement into your own crafting. So if you're a card maker, a scrapbooker, or a maker of things, I know you will love what I have to show. Plus, who doesn't love ink, right? You know it's a good day when you've got ink on your fingers. Who agrees? Okay, before I share all of that with you, though, I just wanted to maybe share with people what paper crafting is, because maybe you're landing on this page and you're like, oh, I've never actually done crafting before. Or maybe you did, but it was a long time ago when you were little with your friends, maybe doing crafty projects. So paper crafting is anything artsy that you make with paper. Cards, scrapbooks, 3D items. I do a lot of party favors and decorations. That's kind of what my jam is, what I love to do. But of course, I do it all in my crafty studio in the basement. So welcome to Just for the Love of Stamping. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Trisha Shalo, and I love sharing all my crafty ideas with you guys on all my social channels. And this is where you'll find me each week, except on the third Saturday of the month. So for those of you who don't know, I offer a stamping bingo, and it's so much fun. So I do not go live the third Sunday when it's bingo night. So if you don't see me on a Saturday, it's because we're off having a good time in the group, and maybe one day you'll join us for that. But otherwise, you'll see me here each Saturday at 8 p.m. And of course, you can always catch the replay that we'll post to the group. I'm also going to try and be really good at uploading the video over to YouTube. So if that's a platform that you'd rather grab your videos from, you can meet me over there too. So before we get started, I just want to say hello and welcome to everyone who's joining me live. Please make sure you give us a little post in the comments, say hello so that I can see who's all here. I see there's quite a few of you guys, so thank you. Hello, hello. I'm so glad that you guys were able to get away and catch me tonight. Now, of course, a lot of the times it is a surprise of what's going to go down because I am a busy, I'm a busy mom. I work full time, and so my whole goal is to serve other busy moms, including those fur baby moms, and try to share tips and tricks and inspiration that'll save you time in your craft room. So I'm hoping that you'll leave here being like, oh my gosh, I got to try that. Oh yes, thanks for reminding me. And that way you'll spend more time with your family or doing other things that you love, and then less time in the craft room. But we want you to craft, but it's just we want you to do it efficiently, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to just flip my camera over, you guys, so you can see what the heck is going on. Now I'm going to kind of freak you out a little bit here because check out all this goodness. Oh my gosh. There is so much goodness. All the greens. I have pulled them all together because you guys, don't you know that March is only a few days away? Can you believe that? I can't. This year has already gone by so fast. But in preparation for March, because spring is coming too, but also St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to get our green on here for the next week. And I wanted to pull out my stash. Those of you who are part of Craft Room Cleanup, we've been talking a lot about refreshing our ink pads and our markers and doing all kinds of things like that. Now is a really good time, you guys. And it's because Celebrations is still here. So it ends on February 28th. But why not get a whole bunch of free stuff if you have to reorder some items? So let me just show you. I'm going to show you one project, kind of what's leading me into talking about this. Our dear stamping friend Kim Lewis, and hey Kim, you're watching. She made this lovely card for us as a make and take in our team stamp together. this month because we're focused on all things green. I just love it. Isn't it amazing? It's so cute. Anyways, this farm paper is part of the freebies with Celebration. So you're going to want to make sure you grab that. But as I was trying to recraft a whole bunch of these to have on hand, I pre-cut all the paper. This is actually 2 sheets of paper. 2 sheets of this beautiful free paper has enough enough pieces to make 9 cards, you guys. I could make this 9 times out of 2 pieces of paper. Isn't that amazing? So I went to go cut all this to go make my cards, and then I sent Kira downstairs to go grab me some base cardstock in this beautiful garden green, and I only had 2 sheets of cardstock. Who can relate? When you want to go and make a craft and you don't have the supplies you want, because how many cards will 2 pieces of cardstock get me? Who can do some math? I'm going to make you guys do math here on Saturday night. Okay, so yeah, so this was case from someone else, but doesn't matter, Kim. All the inspiration comes from online. We copy and share everything. And so anything anyone sees here in this group, you're welcome to use it as well, just because there's so much to go around. Okay, so Deborah is right. 4 cards is all I can make, not 9. So I need to make sure that cardstock is in stash. So all that to say, check now, because while it's celebrations, you may as well place your order and get extra free stuff, right? Because with every $60, you get a free item. So there's so much greatness. So anyways, I'm glad I discovered that now. So I'm going through all my greens because I know in March I'm going to make green projects, plus spring is coming and we need to be able to make leaves and all kinds of fun things. So I wanted to share with you just all the different colors that there are. Who has any idea how many greens there are with Stampin' Up? Right now, current in the catalog, any guesses on how many greens? You don't have to count. You don't have to be exact. Just take some guesses because, yeah, I think I was actually quite shocked with how many there were. Pardon me. That's the reason why I need a whole entire tray to hold it all. Anyways, there are 10 different colors, you guys. However, there is one missing from my stash. I want you guys to guess. Because maybe, you know what? I will send one of these green projects to one of you guys who guesses right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, I only have 9 colors right here. There is one missing. Okay, and I realize that there might be a delay in the comments coming through. So thank you guys for guessing. I see we had 8. And yes, the number was 10. Which is crazy, but there is one color missing. So I'm going to let you guys kind of figure that out. And as you do, just want you to know that, yes, you know what, there's all the different greens as well in the stamp pads. And I know you may not have all of them, and that's okay. Because what I wanted to say is that your markers actually are the next best thing to when you don't have ink pads. So I'm just going to pull out all of my markers that I grabbed. Now, granted, I couldn't, there's one or, I think there's one that I'm missing. It's kind of hiding. I've got all my blends, which are these are my alcohol markers, but these are my water-based markers. And these are equivalent to my stamp pad. So if I don't have the stamp pad, the markers are going to be just as fabulous. So let me show you something with this. So what we've been talking about in our craft room cleanup is about testing the intensity of your markers. And so I'm going to do that actually. And you know what? Let's title this greens. So on these markers, there is a brush end and there is a fine tip end. It's what we call a dual tip, right? This is actually one of the very first things that I ever bought 19 years ago. I purchased the Brights collections, actually, secret. That was my very first stash. I purchased all the Bright ink pads and all the Bright markers. Why I would do that, I don't know. Because really, if you have all the markers, you have all the ink pads. So I didn't need to buy both at the same time. But of course I did because everything coordinated and I had to have it all. Like I literally did. So much so that I signed up so that I could get all the other color families. So in case you didn't know, our stamp our markers are sold by color families, and there's 4 color families out there. And what are we going to start off with? You know what? I don't know how to best organize the greens into colors. I definitely do not have a design eye. I know my daughter is so looking forward to learning color theory, so I'm hoping she can help me in this department. But this was the best way that I could lay out all the colors so that they made sense. And maybe what I'll just try and do is go in order there. So we've got mint macaron. And I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to get this started just to show you that this is a really easy way for you to test the color intensity of your markers. Plus, there's nothing worse than starting a project. I'm just using the little clover from the Lucky Clover stamp set as well, just to stamp an image. And I'm doing that just so that I can see, one, that's going to show me what the color intensity is of my ink pad. Does my ink pad need to be refilled? And I'm thinking this one does, because honestly, I don't think I've ever refilled the mint macaron. It's not a color that I use a whole lot. But anyways, that is a fun way to test that, is with a small stamp and the ink pad, okay? And then the next that I'm going to do is I'm going to find that very same marker in the mint macaron. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the thin line. Pardon me, not the thin line. This is the thick edge. I'm going to use the thick edge. And I'm just going to use the little tip because I wanted to show you how you could doodle with your markers. Can't remember if I showed you this last time when we were doing the love card. But I'm going to just tap and tap, and I made a cute little heart. Isn't that cute? And then another way, you can actually do your own little clover too the same way. So I can go 1, 2, and then I have to turn my paper over. I can't do it upside down. And then I'm going to go 3, 4. Okay, that doesn't work. I'm just going to do a flower. So there's how I'm fixing it. I'm putting another petal on it, just like that, just so I can have a little flower. But you can play and you can do a clover as well. I just don't have that art patient skill to do that, but I know some of you are fabulous doodlers and you'll have fun. But the point of this is just to test your markers. This is test the brush end so that you know how in shape it is. I'm going to also test the fine tip marker so I know how thick it is. And then I'm also just going to do a little bit of swirlies, kind of going upside down. And then you can see at the end there that kind of ran out. So that's telling me that there is low ink on that side of the marker. Now, it could be for many reasons. It could be that maybe my marker was stored up where all the ink was flowing into the brush tip end and not this end. So it could just be that maybe before you go to use it, you need to stand it up so that all the ink is flowing to the tip, or just make sure that you store your marker this way. Anyways, I'm going to do 2. We'll do that color. And then you know what? We're going to do the green. We'll do the evergreen at the end. We'll do the top and the bottom. Kind of crazy, but then that way I know how to work it all in between to try and get it all up to speed. But anyways, the whole point is that you're going to have the color on here. So one, you're going to test it to know how inked up your ink pads are, which again, that's not very inked. I'm going to have to refill that a little bit. Then I'm going to test the brush tips to see, is my brush tip, maybe it's damaged because I've been flicking too much with it, or you know what, maybe it's just been brushed on stamps a whole lot. But anyways, this way you can test the health, I guess you can say, of your marker to know whether or not you need to replace it. Now, again, you cannot replace them individually anymore. However, maybe you've got a friend that wants to split a marker set with you, that you guys can like take out the colors that you need, and that way you can just share the set. That works too. Or you get 2 sets, you get another set and you replace the ones you need and then take the other ones to work, or use the other ones for gifts or something. But anyways, as you can see, this is just a way that I can test it. But then it's also here, I've got this sheet with all the greens on it. So if I'm working on a project and I want to know, hey, what green is actually the best green for stamping, then I've got like a little sheet to take with me to kind of match which one might go a little better. So anyways, that's just a little tip for you as you're playing in your craft room. Maybe you're doing a little cleanup yourself. Oh, that was Evening Evergreen that I just had. Good idea, or good guess, Shauna, but it's not. Oh, we've got guesses of Old Olive and Shaded Spruce. No, I have all those ones here. So keep guessing. One of you will guess it, I'm sure. Anyways, I wanted to share that because over on Instagram, if anyone caught it today, I was just kind of highlighting some markers. I pulled out a whole bunch of Fiesta colors that I'm going to be using here for an upcoming class at the end of March and kind of doing the same thing. So it's just a fun way to test your markers, but at the same time be able to have it as a color chart to be able to see really quickly what might go with your project. Because everything coordinates. That's the best part about Stampin' Up! All of their stuff coordinates. Their paper, their inks, their embellishments, their ribbons. You know what? Everything coordinates, and that's what makes it so easy. It's a one-stop shop to figure it all out, right? Okay, so Lucky Clover is the stamp set that I want to show you because, of course, St. Patrick's Day is coming. This is just such a fun stamp set. Now, when it launched in the mini catalog, it also had a coordinating punch. Were any of you lucky enough to get your hands on that punch before it sold out? The demand was great. No one could believe. Like, that probably was the fastest I have seen something sell out from Stampin' Up! Like when it comes to a bundle, like a stamp set and a punch. I'd never seen a punch go so fast. So it was quite interesting. But then again, in case you didn't know, Stampin' Up! Actually opened in Ireland last year. So maybe there was a lot of uptake there for St. Patrick's Day. But I'm going to show you a couple of projects using this. I might pull out the punch. I might not. I'm sorry if I do, but no matter what, you don't need the punch for this. The stamp, the image is actually quite large, and you can cut it out really, really easily. Like really easily. Really, really easily. Okay, but what I do need, because I'm stamping on a table, it's always good to stamp with a foam mat if you don't have a hardwood surface. So I've got my mat here. Okay. And I've got my, what else did I have here? I had some blends. We're going to pull out the blends and try something fun with that. And I'm going to try and use some Shaded Spruce. Oh, someone's guessing. Oh, Shauna, you got it. Shauna guessed the one piece of the one color that I did not have. And I mean, not that I had it all. I had to actually cut up a piece of 12 by 12 to get my Granny Apple Green. But I am missing Soft Succulent. So I also need to repurchase that pack because Soft Succulent was missing. Sadly. However, it's one of those in colors that are leaving. So maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, I'm going to try something kind of crazy, you guys. I don't know why, but I'm going to try a little bit of Parakeet Party and a little bit of Shaded Spruce. So a lot of you will find that when I do some stamping, it really is real life. I don't have a whole lot of time to be sitting and playing and practicing. So you know what? This might just be something I've decided, like this project, something I decided to do. You guys are catching me live trying to figure it out. So I'm actually just going to use my blending brush. These are cute little minis. And I'm going to start light in the center. And then I'm going to use my Shaded Spruce, which is a little darker ink. And I'm going to use, I don't have any more minis. I have to order more of those. I wish I did for this project. But instead, I'm just going to use one of the ends of my larger ones. And then I'm going to brush the tips on there. So I'm brushing the ends and the tail and just kind of blending it all in. So I'm hoping, let's see how this works. I'm hoping I didn't get this too dark on the edges. We'll find out. I might have to do it again if I did. But we're just going to stamp and check out how that looks. It's all a little faded. So I could have done it another way. Let me show you another way actually. That way you can see the intensity. I seem to be like using that word like crazy today for some reason. I can stamp in my light ink, and then I could also just rock in the ink pad with the dark ink and then stamp. That's kind of what we call the rock and roll technique. And this is going to give it a really large intensity color like this. And I didn't really take my time on the rock and roll, but you get the idea how the edges got really, really dark. So I'm doing that same way, except I'm using the blending brush to do it. Okay, you know what? We're going to try one more. We're going to stamp in the light color full strength, but then we're going to take our darker ink and we're just going to blend around the edges. So by blending, it softens up the look to what you're trying to achieve. Okay. And then we're going to stamp under here. Oh, I like that a lot better. So sometimes you just have to play. You have to pull out your ink. You have to pull out your tools and just play. So look at that. We tested it 3 ways. We blended in the Parakeet Party with the Shaded Spruce. And then we stamped in the Parakeet Party and stamped in Shaded Spruce to get the stronger effect. Or on this one, we stamped in the Parakeet Party the lighter color and then blended in the darker shade of Shaded Spruce. So I actually really like that one the best. So that's what we're going to stick with. I'm going to make one more just to make sure that we got it. And as I'm stamping, you guys, have you checked out the clearance rack and some of the new items? I don't know if anyone saw, but the rainbow stamp set is available and it's on sale. I'm super excited about that because we had a super fun rainbow class last year. And it was just so much fun and I really loved that stamp set and I was so sad when it disappeared. So it's back now, so stay tuned for some rainbow cards. And in fact, we might even integrate it into here. Okay, so awesome. So now we're just going to cut that out. We are going to fussy cut, but you know what? Although as I say that, to save time fussy cutting, I'm sad and I'm rubbing this in, I know, but I have the punch. And I'm sorry if no one's able to get it, but just know fussy cutting is the next best thing. So I am just going to, oh look, and it doesn't matter because I stamped the wrong direction. So I'm going to have to basically trim it anyways to get to it. So that's okay. I'll just trim here. Now this past week, we also celebrated National Margarita Day. Who's watching that celebrated National Margarita Day with us, whether that be online or in person, or maybe you had your own little celebration at home. February is a great month because it's kind of that kickoff season. Get out your blender, clean it up, get it all ready for summer, and just hope summer comes sooner than later. Or maybe you're someone who's got a trailer that's kind of parked and permanently, and so you have your blender hooked up all the time for the weekend camping. I know some people who have that set up, which I'm very envious over. One day I will have a campsite that is permanent that I can go out to every weekend. Okay, we're almost done. Now, I don't know if you saw there, the trick here, you guys, is to turn your paper, not your hands and scissors as you're snipping this. But look how cute that is. It's so cute. Okay, so now, even though I use Parakeet Party, I was going to use Granny Apple Green. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. Oh, that doesn't work, does it, you guys? Hate it when that happens. Okay, I'm going to pull out some Parakeet Party, and I'm trimming this to 2 inches. This is a bunch of scrap that I have. We're trimming this to 2 inches. And how long is this? This is 9 inches. We are going to score that at 1 3/4. 1 3/4. Now I am using some fun little gift bags. If any of you guys have seen my straw packaging, I was hoping to have straws, but everyone's gone. No one was able to go downstairs to find me green straws today. So we're going to just make do. I was going to do that little guy, but we're going to make this a little bit longer. So These are pretzel bags is what they're called actually, that I just pick up at the Big M store. They have all kinds of great party supplies in cello bags. And they fit 2-inch paper perfectly in there. So just like this, isn't that fun? And then I'm going to make a little topper, and you're going to see why here in a second. I first want to decorate. Look at it, go and put the foam away. I want to put the foam underneath here because I want to go ahead and decorate with the little sprinkles of shamrocks. I just love this because it's like little confetti. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm stamping with dark ink on my Parakeet Party. I usually like to use garden green actually. So we're going to see how this looks because I've never done it with this particular color. And I'm randomly stamping, pushing down. Oh no, this color works with this. This is lovely. And then I'm going to go down a little bit more, except I don't want to press too hard because apparently it's getting the ends. So just tap, 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 and push. And look at the random sprinkle. This color looks so awesome. So again, this is Shaded Spruce on Parakeet Party. If you're looking for little treats, maybe for classroom gifts or for co-workers or maybe team members, check this out because this is going to be super cute. So this is just some random sprinkles. And actually I should have done the other side as well, but I want to make sure that I'm going in a direction that's forward. So we're just going to go like this and like this and like this. Okay, I've got some sprinkles. I'm putting them back on. And then I'm sure you can find somewhere, and in fact, I know it's the season, so you can find some gold coins, because with St. Patrick's Day coming, you guys, gold coins, they're popular, just saying. So what, you know what, I could probably fit a fourth one in there as well. So let's add one more. So depending on how many you want to gift will depend on how long you cut that sack for, but those pretzel sacks are pretty big. And you can go ahead and see one's actually too big. So we're going to take that out. I'm going to staple this actually. Just need to find my stapler that I tucked away. Oh, okay. So we're just going to staple that in the center. And then we've got our lovely shamrock. And you're just going to use your bone folder, or even your nails would work too. And we're just going to curl the edges just to give it a little bit of dimension. And of course, we're going to use a dimensional because everything is better popped up, right? There we go. Just kind of have that sideways. And then there is like some really super cute sayings in here, like sending luck and love, happy St. Patrick's Day and good luck. And you know what? We're going to use the good luck one because maybe, just maybe, this might be a special treat for someone for St. Patty's Day. Now, again, I'm going to go back. I'm going to refer to the dark ink pads. We're just going to use that Shaded Spruce, but I'm going to try and put that on some basic white is what I want to use for that. Oh, and look, I didn't put the sticker on the back. It's okay. I'll have to go and do that. It's still so new. Are any of you guys like that? Whoops, I grabbed the wrong thing. I grabbed a shamrock and not the words. Did you guys notice that as I was sitting there yakking? Suzanne, you did. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So since it's all brand new, it's still stuck in my thing, I'm going to put the sticker on it. They've got little breaks in here in case you didn't know that. You just peel and then you peel again, the backing of it. And it's not super sticky, but it's enough that it's going to stick to your words. So just like that, peel off. Good luck is there. Apparently, I need all the luck I can get. Okay, let's try this again. But, you know, I'm not going to give away that shamrock because, or I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to cut it out and use it on a card or something. Okay, so here we go there. Good luck. But as you can see, I still need to re-ink this. One day. And now I'm just going to use my paper snips. I'm going to give that a cut out. I'm going to just cut all around the words. I don't know. I seem to like this as opposed to cutting in a square. And when I'm doing lots of treats like this, you guys, I prefer not to have to crank out a whole lot of stuff through the cut and emboss machine. I'd much rather punch or cut out like this because you can do it sitting in front of the TV. You could do it on the bus. You could do it anywhere, right? So I definitely enjoy cutting out. So you'll see a lot of my words in that cutout like this. Now, the problem is if I leave it like this, I've just covered all of that prettiness that I've done. So I'm actually going to cut out each of the words so that I can spread it out on the shamrock. That way I don't cover up all the pretty sponge color because it's such a gorgeous color, right? The shaded spruce and the Parakeet Party. Who would have thought? Okay. Now, the only reason why I thought to try it is because for last month's bingo, actually, let me show you. I've got someone's here still. For last month's bingo, check this out. I made this super cute green tag, but it's Granny Apple Green. And I stamped Granny Apple Green, or on the green paper, with the Garden Green. So that's Garden Green ink on the Granny Apple Green. So I knew that the dark on the lighter paper works really well. So why not use shaded spruce on the Parakeet Party, right? Super cute. So now that we have that separated, now I can just kind of move it around a little differently around. And then maybe I might find a nice green gem or a gold gem to put in the center. We have those gold faceted gems actually. And of course, they're nowhere near where I can reach. So instead, I'm going to use this beautiful Subtles pieces. What are they called? Sequins. Sequins. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of these. We're going to use some minis. Get those popped up. Oops. Anyways, this is a nice little treat too, that if you've got little ones or grandkids or kids, they can help you do this easily. You can get them to do the sliding in. Or you know what? I can just not wreck that at all. Here we go. And I can put it underneath to fill the gap that I had that didn't cover the full thing. And then that way I'm not covering that beautiful shamrock because it's like so cute. Oh my gosh, I like that way better. Here we go. So totally cute little project. And remember I stamped two of those, I did stamp two of those shamrocks because I know, Kim, you laugh at me and that's good because I'm like, where is it? It's like right in front of me. I can't find it. Tell you, I literally would lose my head if I if it was possible. So here's a fun fact, you guys. My grandfather actually used to bug me all the time before I left the house. Check your pockets. Do you have your purse? Do you have your phone? Look at, I grabbed a larger pair of scissors, but you know what? Large scissors just do not work the same as these little paper snips. These little paper snips just help you get into those little crevices. Oh, I don't know. This is like one of those scissors that because I set things down and I lose them and I can't find them, I do have multiple pairs of these scissors. Is anyone else like me that you have to have multiples just to make sure you can find them when you need them? I mean, I think originally I had a whole lot of them just because of having classes all the time. And so I wanted to make sure I had enough scissors and stuff in the little baskets on the tables to make sure everyone had that. But now that we don't have all of that, there's no need to have all those different scissors, but I love having multiples everywhere. Seriously, I think I have like 5 pairs, and then that doesn't include all the big ones. Okay, so now that we got this cute little gift, you know what? I know not everyone does the little 3D gifts, so let's turn it into a really cute little card, right? Why not? So I've cut, let's see, well, that was probably my card that I cut. No, here it is. Okay, so I've cut and scored a 3x3 card. These are like so super cute. And in fact, we have the 3x3 envelopes that go with it. I just wasn't able to pull it together because for those of you who don't know, I'm crafting out of my living room right now until I can get back to my studio. Unfortunately, I still cannot do stairs. But the 3x3 envelopes are like perfect for this, right? And so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal to mount my basic white cardstock to the front of my Parakeet Party card. So just randomly stamp. Oh, apparently I did not cut this to 3x3. Oh, let's see what happened. I actually was trimming this to be just shy of 3x3. Just shy of 3x3. Okay. This one's really shy of 3x3. So let me trim it down. This is 2 3/4. It needs to be less than 2 3/4. Ooh, I don't know what happened here, but we'll just trim that down. So just in case you guys want to know the measurements, you'll probably do a 2 3/4 or a 3x3. This is actually 2 5/8. So 2 5/8 square. And I'm just going to center that into my card like so. And I'm not going to re-ink my brush because there's probably enough ink on here from when I was doing the blending. And I'm just going to put a little shadow in there, stamp, go in the center and work my way out. And then, you know what? I'm going to grab my Parakeet Party marker. Why not? Actually, I'm going to grab a shaded spruce. Actually, I'm going to grab both. And you know what? Let's do a little of the marker flicking technique. I know you guys have seen this lots, and that's probably why my markers are getting trashed because I do it way too often. But then it puts all of this ink on the inside of the marker. We talked about this today too in craft room cleanup, folks. And I was supposed to try to use an alternative method so I don't mess these up. But you know what? I haven't actually cleaned them yet, so we're good. So I just put a couple splatters of the shaded spruce, a couple splatters of the Parakeet Party. And we're just going to put a dimensional right smack in the center, peel and stick. And now we're going to use that other little shamrock just for like a fun little good luck. Oh, you know what we could have done is some words in the background, but that's okay. You know what? If you have this stamp set, in fact, I'm going to be giving one away today, you guys. Anyone who's been watching, we are going to give away the Lucky Clover stamp set to one lucky person who's watching on this live. All you have to do is put in the hashtag greens with an S on the end. Hashtag greens, and we're going to have a draw afterwards. I don't think you need to be on here live when that happens. You just have to make sure that you do use the hashtag. And then I'll do a post afterwards and you can claim your prize. Okay, so what am I doing? I am looking for, I need the little clover center, but you know what? Maybe with this one, I'm going to put the good luck right in the center. So let's do that. Again, we're using the shaded spruce. Tap, 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 tap. So just like that. I mean, and I'm doing a lot of talking, you guys. This really isn't taking much time at all. Now that I've designed this for you, and you can just sit down and recreate it in whatever colors you want. It is really quick, right? I find that the designing part is the hardest part, cutting all the pieces and assembling it, that's all goes really, really fast once you have the idea. So I'm not too sure how people celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Does anyone here go and drink green beer? Tell us in the comments what you do to celebrate. Oh, see, same thing. I need to separate it because we don't want to hide all that pretty stuff. So make sure you tell us how you celebrate. There are so many different things that people do. Do you remember, I don't know if your kids did this, but having to make leprechaun traps? Oh, so cute. You know what? The favorite time of year, because it was the only time of year we'd ever get Lucky Charms. Well, I say that, my kids. I was spoiled. I got Lucky Charms whenever I wanted them. But I was a little more harsh on my kids. Anyways, it's a great time of year just to do all kinds of fun little shenanigans, right? And in fact, there's probably going to be some shenanigans again this year on my Instagram page, you guys. So heads up. If you're not following that, you might want to go follow just to see what's going to happen here in the month of March. Okay, I do have a couple more green cards I do want to share with you, so stick around. Some of you who were part of the Heart Stampers, you would have seen this last week over in the Heart Stampers group, but I just want to show off the green card we made for Margarita Day. Okay, I've got to figure out how I want to do good luck now on this one, because maybe I do want to still do it lower. You know what I do? I'm going to do it lower, and I'm going to snip that so that it's not so long, which means I need to find those gold things. So sometimes you just have to play around, because you might have an idea and then something happens and it's just not working out the way you want it to. I love dimensionals, so I'm like making tons and tons of them. I probably put that one too close to the end. Let's see. Oh, didn't push it down too hard, so it stayed. Lucky. Okay, now we just need to finish it off with the gold sequin. I wish I've got the gold studded embellishments, like I said, somewhere, which would be way better for this. But in the absence of, we're going to use those sequins. These are the tiny ones. Somewhere in front of my face, I have the other ones. So what are we going to do? I guess we're just going to use a small one until I can find a big one, but at least it's got some gold in it. Right? Looks lovely. So here are a couple of little cute projects that you could recreate. I think that those are fabulous. Okay, so I showed you that one card. Let me show you another card that we did. It's green as well, but for you butterfly fans, I know you're going to love this. So Kim created this with us as well. Super cute card, and it's green butterflies. Have you ever made a green butterfly card? If not, you might want to try. Again, just using some sponging techniques with our blends, but you'll see more of that later. And then let me show you the cocktail card. This was super fun to make. Limes and Ritas for margaritas. Although I think I'm showing you the wrong card. This wasn't the favorite. This was the one that actually everyone did not like. They liked the other one way better. So let me show you that. We'll get that ugly one out of the way. We're going to show you this one. Here it is right here. Isn't that super cute? Love the cocktails. So you'll have to check back. Not last week because I wasn't here last Saturday, but the Saturday before, we shared some love projects with hearts and markers. And one of the techniques was the background effect to get that background. And so I'm just working still on compiling the other color one, but we did these in a few colors. So anyways, just super cute cards using our limes and our margaritas. So I hope you enjoyed those projects. Hope you got some good practical tips about how to use all of the fun greens. If there's anything you've got questions on, let me know because I'm happy to answer all of them. I'm also looking forward to using some of these greens, using the friendly gnome stamp set. So if you haven't registered already, March 12th is our card night where we're featuring the friendly gnome stamp set. So you can bet there's going to be some greens. We're actually featuring the Settles markers as part of the collection, and then as well as the Smoky Slate blend. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. In fact, I'll have to post that on this group because I don't think on Just for the Love of Stamping I posted card night yet. But definitely let me know if you're interested in that and watch for that. Otherwise, that is all I have for now. And I'm going to flip you back so I can see you all in your comments. We're going to give away that prize. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you put hashtag greens, right? So hashtag greens, because I'm giving away that Lucky Clover stamp set. And I'm also going to mail someone these projects. I'll do a random draw for that. I think I was getting you guys to guess the numbers. So whoever guessed numbers, I'm going to do my own little draw, and one of you are going to get some happy mail. So let's go and do our little draw. So you guys, I'm just going to kill a few more seconds here while you do hashtag greens if you want to win that Lucky Clover stamp set. Where is it again? Here it is. And like I said, here's that rainbow stamp set actually that's on the, I close that. Here's the rainbow stamp set that's on the clearance rack. Isn't that fun? I think there's so many great things that we're going to make with that. It's on the clearance rack. You can get it. So I'm going to be playing with that here in the next little while. So again, hashtag greens for your chance to win that stamp set. Okay. I am going to switch over. Well, you guys are entering hashtag greens. I'm going to my giveaway tool. I'm getting ready to share that with y'all. Hashtag greens. Don't forget to put the S. That's very, very important. I'm going to switch my screen so that you guys can see the names. Share screen. You guys are going to see the giveaway tool. Okay, here we go. We're starting to collect. There's 5 people who have entered. And we are going to draw it. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Woo! Sue! Congratulations. You're the winner. So again, thank you guys very much for showing up tonight, being with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, and I didn't get a chance to go back to take a look at how everyone celebrated. So let's do that right now, you guys. Okay, so let's see. Someone here, oh, Kim, she likes Shamrock Shake. So yes, it's that time of year where those are now available. So go and check it out. And we've got Sherry here who said that they used to celebrate all the time. Oh my gosh, her brother passed away. So what a great way to remember him every single year. Hey, Sherry, that is so fantastic. Way back in the day, I used to get dragged all the time. I dated a true Irishman, actually, and we had to go drink green beer every year with the whole entire Irish crew, all their family and friends, and it was like a definite party. Don't miss it at all because they can get a little wild if you've ever been to one. Anyways, I thank you guys so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it and hope to catch you here next week at 8 o'clock. I meant to look to see what I'll be doing. I forgot, so I'm sorry, but stay tuned. I know it'll be something fabulous. There's always something to learn, right? Take care, you guys, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.